So what comes to my mind during that phrase that you just said, I hear a new beginning. I hear a new chapter and a new way of thinking in this world. I kind of see a vision of clarity, uh, just a new chapter in his life, a new answer that we're all looking for within. I see beauty and the truth all in one sentence. I see everything clearing up and our minds being more open into a deeper understanding or understanding and what we believe in this world and who we are as people. Uh, just a new chapter, I would say. Part of me that I had to remember, I would say, is my trust, the trust in myself. I believe that we kind of let go of trust within, and it's something that I discovered in myself and remembered about. Kind of lost that trust in myself, and remembering who I was as a person, a person of the sun, that everything's within me and nothing's outside of me, and knowing that the trust is within, it kind of built a strength in my body to kind of remember that there's nothing out there to get me. It was just a one-on-one with what's in front of me, and to believe in myself for anything else in this world, I kind of remembered that. I feel displaced means to have a mind that's not meant to be in a specific spot. That's probably look out something more different than the usual. To feel like you are the void in the space, but in a good way, in a way of creation, in a way of helping others, in a way of bringing somebody up into a better world, into a better mind in their own self. I think this place is a mindset of just creating a new reality for others and the people around you. I believe this place is just a new chapter in anyone else's reality in their mind, pretty much. That I'm the source, that God made us all.
Restate it. A wisdom that you inherited that you refuse to let die.
I feel a wisdom that I refuse to let die is just the source. And as people, who we are, just not in myself, but just knowing that we are the creation, we are the top tier creation in this world, the in human form, and knowing that we are the most powerful persons in this world. It's as people, as beings, not even by skin color, not by race, but as physical things in this world, we are the most powerful things that God made. And to know that we are the structure and we are the power of this whole circuit in the world. It's really deep within to know that the wisdom is all within us and that nothing is outside of us. The truth is always going to be from the past, from our family members or from people that came before us. It's never going to be in a book. It's always going to be in the mind, the soul, and the body. And so that's something that I learned in myself is that the wisdom is always going to be inherited into my soul. And I'm not going to let that, go through any type of forgetting because I was taught as a young boy, that everything's within and nothing's outside of it. I hope my descendants remember me as someone who doesn't give up and that doesn't back down to any man, to anything outside of myself. Um, so someone that fights for the right, the truth, and as someone that believes in a new beginning for others and to spread love and peace to others. Also to also show love to even the enemy, because that's the power in our world, is to show love to the enemy, because hate is is a lower energy that gives out. It's outside of us that kind of takes away that vibration from us that God gave us. And that's the kind of the chapter in our life that we kind of got to fight back in the form of knowing the truth is never going to be out on the screen. It's going to be within our body, within our souls. And I just hope my descendants are proud of me of just seeing the truth and the power that I bring to others and showing the beginning of a new reparation and a new chapter in our community and just others as well. I think my whole life I never really fitted in because I felt like I always been the one to be singled out, to always not have a chance to speak up for myself because of experiences in my life that I kind of let go, and I always felt like I wanted to be the voice for people that couldn't speak up for themselves. And just seeing the way that my life plays out so far, it's what I do and not how I do it. It's how I show up to present myself. And also just it just I just remember being around people from my past and not feeling like myself, always feeling like I'm living somebody else's story, not feeling like I'm really who I am around people that didn't give me that same grace that I gave out. And it kind of made me fight back my past and kind of killed the old version of myself physically and spiritually, and kind of rebuild this phoenix within me to rebirth a new version of myself to see a bigger vision. Because on a visionary, at being a visionary, you have to kind of let go of things that don't make you feel authentic. That's God's power, is authentic in our body. And if you're not vibrating that, you're not truly who you are. And God makes us all individually powerful, but we have to wake up and see that if you don't feel that authentic power within your bones and your soul, then somebody spiritually is trying to break that and kind of control you in a way that you can't see. And that's something that I feel within my own authentic self, is I had to kind of kill my old version of myself to let go of traumatic experiences and push forward to a new beginning. I think both. I feel both in a way that we are born knowing who we are, but it's our journey in life. That's the point in our journey, is to kind of remember ourselves, and it's not a everyday thing, but it is kind of an everyday thing. It's more of a learning who we are as people every day. It's not as much knowledge, it's unlimited knowledge that we can learn. It's not, you can't get to the highest point of thinking. Um you kind of have to realize that every day is unlimited. The sun's going to shine every day, and kind of seeing that vision and kind of really knowing that every day is a new chapter, is a new story for you. I think it's both. I feel it's both because we're born into this world, and I feel our chapter, our journey in life is to kind of learn who we are as people, as our past, as what was put out in the past, and also to create a new future. But I feel it's unlimited. It's a unlimited, abundant days of just gaining knowledge and keep gaining it until we pass on to the afterlife. But that's the whole journey in life, is to know that we are born here to remember who we are, but also we never forget. It's just distractions in our world that kind of takes us off that path of remembering. And that's the goal for the youth and for to the world, is to inspire people to gain that knowledge, to gain the truth, to gain their own truth in their own physical, spiritual way. But also to know that every day is a battle to fight for that truth, because it doesn't come to you, but you have to fight for it. I believe it begins in our own traumatic experiences. Um, I think we all go through it, in life. We all go through a traumatic experience, and it's kind of knowing that those experiences make us who we are and make us who we don't want to be. But also that battle of knowing that our positive and our negative side is the balance of who we are as people. Our thoughts create our reality, and I kind of believe that the way we think in our reality is the way we vibrate. But and I might be crazy to say this, but I believe that negativity is more powerful than positivity, because I believe to allow your negative thought is in your life is to surrender to negativity. That's why people are easily controlled by the negative version of themselves, because people are easy to control by the negative version of themselves, because fear is easy to control. But also positive, being a positive, your positive thoughts is a form of a choice. So it's knowing that you have to give that choice back to yourself, that positive self, and also believe in a positive reality, because it all starts by a thought, the way that we think. And like I said, I believe negativity is stronger than positivity. But that's why we are here to fight back the negative thinking, because that's what creates other people's realities, is the way we think. Um, but yeah, it's also just knowing that it's also a balance, that our negative thoughts will never go away. The way we think about ourselves negatively will never go away. But it's to know that it's a form of accepting it and relying it, relying on it to build you to be a better version of yourself, to use it to your advantage instead of it using you at a disadvantage. To find who we are, I feel to know who you are individually and also spiritually is to know what thoughts are yours and what's not. If you know who you are as a person, as a spiritual person, then you will know what isn't you. But also, it's the battle between self, the shadow self that we go through on a day to day basis, that kind of unlocks that version of the self doubt and the self, putting ourselves down as people is internal. We hear our own thoughts that kind of distract us in who we truly are. So it's kind of finding who you are as a person, knowing who you are, and showing up as it every day, but also not allowing things outside of you to contradict on your own beliefs, and knowing that God gave us all our own beliefs to live in. The way that we believe is in the way of creating them for ourselves, not allowing somebody to create our own beliefs, and knowing that if I truly believe in myself, then there's something outside of me trying to take that away from me, then it's not who I am. And to not allow it to be strong, because in the world we live in today, I feel that we all are battling through our own thoughts, but we don't see them. So people don't see the thought battle, and they kind of don't see it, and they forget that this world is more than just physical. It's more the internal than it's physical here. But we are experiencing a physical reality, a physical experience, and we kind of have to see beyond the veil and wake up and see that the way we feel, the way we vibrate, is the way that this world I see contradicts art for us. But we have to kind of stop allowing physical people and things to control our destined realities, and kind of fight back through the spiritual and through the internal, and this world will be a better place. I believe that art is a form of a story. It's a form of showing the world on how you feel, because everything comes from the mind, and it's the way that we use our mind and our hands to create something. The way I put down an art painting by thinking it and feeling something, and also using my mind and my body, my soul, and my hands, and the things that God gives us to create and to build a story for somebody that's probably going through that same experience. That's why I believe my art is used for, is to help people that are going through their experiences of self doubt or insecurity, because I once was in that position and I'm still kind of battling that position. But it's more of knowing that that position of insecurity and self doubt is never going to leave us. But I wanted to show the world that my art is just a form of a chapter of my story, but also anyone else's chapter as well. And that we all flip through the pages of life, and we can kind of cheat the way by just seeing art in a form that can inspire us and make us feel like we found the answer. And that's why I want to kind of use my art as a form of an answer, not a form of production or form of to get popularity. I want to kind of give people an answer to their own stories and what they're battling through in their own lives, and that's what I kind of feel through my story, my art. I think it's something I create. I believe that the creation is this the form of everything working together, because we're all one. Everything is like one. It's not separation. Separation in the vision is the way of loss, of losing. And I believe that the way I create my art is just in a form of inspiring and to help, because that's my job in this world, to help and to inspire. So I create by inspiring, by making something that can help somebody be inspired and bring them up vibrationally, because that's all it is that we need that vibrational push up to the world. And I believe that people don't see that in now today. A lot of things are meant to push us off of that creation, to push us off of that inspiration for others, because the world wants us to all fight, wants us all to be against each other when we can all fight together against what's the true problem is evil, is dictatorship, and kind of letting one man control a reality of a billion people is what we're trying to fight and create a new reality for this world and this new chapter on this earth. And I believe that's what my art is just to create a new chapter for anyone else that participates in their vision on seeing it. I feel my understanding of what God truly is was, I don't know. I feel battling every day of not really believing in God in a point of my life, and seeing that the God that I was handheld wasn't the truth that I was meant to have. I was in church, growing up in a church and growing up with, getting force fed religion and not really internally feeling like it was who I was, until I really sat down with myself and found the true religion isn't a book. It's not, God isn't a man. God isn't a woman. It's an energy. It's a consciousness. It's a battle between things that kind of break the truth. And that's what I believe God was me. I believe that I am God, and I believe that God is me as well. But it's not a form of God being the higher power. It's God as being the creation of everything. Everything around us that we see is created by God because a man made it. But a man is not living without God. And to spiritually find God was just a chapter of my life that saved me, that kind of made me the person that I am. Finding the truth in my community and the truth in who I was as a person, and just like not just physically but anciently who I was. Uh, just knowing that the creation of God is just within us, and I feel a lot of people kind of forget that. They kind of think God isn't here, that God isn't with us as we speak, but I believe God is with us as every day as we wake up. I believe God is the thing that wakes us up, that opens our eyes to have another day. That's what God is. It's truly the awakening, the way to wake up, the breath, the mind, the source, the just the energy and flowing in the feelings, the internal thoughts. This the everything that we don't see is God. But I see that a lot of people kind of get stuck in seeing that God's coming to save them, like God has left. God never left us, but that's the whole story was to take us off that chapter of God and kind of make us push us away from the truth, and not knowing that God never left. God is everything and all, but we have to wake up and wake up as people to know that God is simply is what inspires us, is what's push us, is what makes us feel on a deeper level for others. But it's that vibrational love that we give to ourselves, to anyone else. But also knowing that I see that God is a man, a woman, a dog, a cat, but also just a thing. And this is this here that we don't see. And God creates this reality, but things distract us and take us off that path of the truth. And we have to fight internally to kind of bring back that truth to this world, because it was taken from us. It was, sacrificed from us. And it was to distract people on who they really were. And knowing that saying that I'm God isn't bad. It's knowing who I am and knowing the power that God gave me to walk on this earth, to walk with that strength, walk with that chest up and that confidence in that spine, looking towards up and directing my signal to the source, to the world. And that's the truth, is knowing that God is I am. And that's pretty much all you got to realize. Taking back their power, reminded that they don't let their negative thoughts surrender in their life. To know that negativity isn't evil, but negativity is a vibration of evolution. To know that negativity is to work for you and not against you. Um, that's what these shirts represent, is the devil. People fear the devil because they see a red man. They see a man that was man made, and to install fear into them, to feel like I'm scared of this man that's going to come and get me. But the devil is simply just a form of an energy, form of a negative thought that battles your reality. I want people to realize that from 20 years from now, just to know that it's all a battle with God, battle working for God. We're soldiers in this world, and we can either lose or we can win. There's no in between. But a lot of people I see lose that battle, that internal battle within themselves, because they don't allow their negative thoughts to wash away, and to allow their positive thoughts to take control. And it's a form of a choice. But I want people to know that you foreign is just to take your power back, to allow yourself to be your true self, your authentic self, because we're all different. I believe we're all different. I believe that God made us all individually different, but that's what makes everybody the same, is that we're all uniform. But I just want to make sure that people feel like themselves and remember who they are, and remember that they are different internally and physically. But knowing that negativity, negative thoughts is what traps us in our mind, and it kind of stops us from evolving as people, evolving as family, as a creation, as a choice to evolve. Is to give that choice back to that person to evolve to a higher self, to a higher calling, to inspire others to be different, to be themselves, to be you. It means everything. It means everything to me, because that's a battle that we don't see, is the world trying to create our own stories, to kind of create who we are, and to tell us who we are, and to put us down that box, to make us feel like we have to be a servant to somebody else. That's everything I thank God for, because just knowing that I can fight for who I am every day and not allow a man to take my power, because that's what it is. It's our internal power that creates who we are. And in a world that tries to shut you down, to make you feel small, it means everything to go against that. That's what I believe foreign is to go against that external voice, to go back internal, to hear what you think and not what somebody else thinks. And being authentic is just a power of being yourself, and that's what God gives us, is that power to be self. And I thank God for everything, for that, just to walk with my truth and my power. It means a lot to me. Is being different a gift or a responsibility? I believe it's both. I believe being different is also a gift from God, but also a responsibility that you have to kind of keep, and also to give back, um, to give back to others, because a lot of us we lose ourselves, but also to know that we're here to help others, bring them up, to bring that next man up. That's the responsibility of being different, but also knowing that once you know you're different, knowing that's the gift that God gives us. The biggest lie that people don't believe about themselves is they can't do it. Is the word I can't, that blocks and shuts down so many timelines in their lives just by two words. I can't. So that's the biggest lie that I see in the world, is that I can't do it. I don't think I'm good enough. I don't. The negative words that kind of dictate our own timelines before they even start. That's the biggest lie, is the I can't movement. Can someone lose themselves without realizing it? 100%. Um, it's the distractions that kind of make you lose yourself. It's that knowing that your time is what creates your reality, but also knowing that who you are, you have to kind of keep that spine straight and stick with it, and not battle back and forth of your past and your future. But also know the present moment is here to stay. But also knowing that to be who you want to be in the future, you have to let go of the past, and also to battle in the present moment, into to the second that we have at this moment. Is consciousness inherited or cultivated? I say inherited. I say that it's gifted from our ancestors. But it's a choice. It's a choice to allow that consciousness to wake up in your body, and to walk with that consciousness and that awakening of knowing what the true world is, and knowing that there is one truth, And that's the truth of love. And to know that love is what kills everything else, the power of love. But that's the biggest consciousness, is the knowing of it's inherited from the past versions of ourselves, which is our family. That's just the past of ourselves. The people that left before are still here within us. And knowing that consciously we have to awaken to that, to see that. And that's what I believe. God, what does God sound like in my own thoughts? I hear I am. I hear I can do this. I am capable. I am strong enough. I am determined. I am destined. I am the belief in all. I am everything and nothing at the same time. I am. That's what I hear. Is I am. What separates confidence from ego is knowing that ego is just a form of others. It is the battle that we kind of battle with everybody else, that we give the energy to. We allow people to make us feel insecure, but not finding that confidence is all within. That who gives a fuck about what somebody thinks? And knowing that walking with that truth and that power of knowing who you are is this true confidence. And ego is just a battle of allowing things and others to dictate your own internal strength. But knowing that the ego is there to take you off the truth, take you off your power that's within the spine, within the core in our body. That's what I believe. I think people, it makes people uncomfortable because they don't know who they are, and it's a form of knowing who you are, and that dictating of who you're not, but believing who you are. It makes people uncomfortable because that's our chapter in our life, is to know who we truly are. But some people don't go on that journey. They don't go on that lone road of finding who they truly are internally, and it kind of makes them uncomfortable because people are playing characters in somebody else's story, not really living their own truth and not living the reality that they want. And I think they know that. People know that. They can feel that in their body, that they're not truly who they are. So when they try to walk in the form of finding who they are, it's like a new world. It's a new reality. It's like something that they've never done before. So that's what I believe. The moment that I the moment that I became free was the day I was born, the day that I was made into this world, and to know that I am everything, but also knowing that it's a long journey in our lives. Time is on our side. Time isn't against us, but time is here to inspire us and to create a new version of who we were born to be that person that God put us on this earth for. We're all here for a reason. And the day that I was free was the day that I was born. I am His Royal Highness King Moses Golden Singh Handal. I am the son of Victoria Branch and the son of Jaspinder Singh Handal. To make a difference. I'm here to be a change in this world and to show people it's a hard journey making a change, but it's the best journey to do. Is to know that you're doing something right for the people and for your community, and to also to help others. I'm so grateful and so thankful for being on here, and also just for getting a chance to speak my truth for the one time that I have it. Also showing people that you can speak up for the people around you. You can be that big brother that people need, and also to to inspire others. I'm here to inspire and to also be a leader. But I don't want to be looked up to. I kind of want to just make my voice appear, but also my face disappear at the same time. So I'm very grateful for being here, and just want to show the world that you can do it too. That you can believe in yourself, and that is all you need, is that belief system, is that belief in self, believing in that reflection that we are, who we say we are, and whoever you say you are, whoever you look into that mirror is who you walk out to be, and that is who you present yourself to the world, because the world is just other people's vibrations, and knowing that we are just all vibrations trying to figure out who we are truly, that we can help each other, inspire each other, and build each other up like towers, and take down old systems that no longer serve other people's real purpose in this world, and to awaken the millions that need to be awoken. And that's just who I am as a person.